Almost live. It's Professor Oddfellow's Penetralia.
Oh, it's time for the mailbag. Jesse of Nothing, Arizona asks, what's the opposite of a hell baby? Jesse, by hell baby, I assume you mean the little likenesses we form out of all the secret documents, confessions, and otherwise censorable materials that the watchers must never read or possess, which we then dress in swaddling sackcloth and ritually burn to ashes. The opposite of a hell baby is a jar. No, not that one. Not that one either. Of exactly 100 precious things, an incredibly powerful magical entity that the ancient Taoist sorcerers called the heavenly hostess with the mostest. The Taoists also liked to brew a 100 precious ingredient soup, which they sprayed on malefic entities. But the heavenly hostess with the mostest jar has a much longer shelf life. Don't bother looking in your oldest books for a recipe for the soup or a parts list for the jar, because there's no need. It all depends on what's precious to you, the practitioner of foregone or otherwise forbidden sciences. The only real requirements are that there be 100 items, and that you consider each to be beyond price. In many ways, the soup is easier to prepare than the jar, because a cauldron can hold larger pieces. So, for the jar, always start with the biggest one you can acquire, because if the thing won't fit, it can't commit. But if you're a corner cutting hornswoggler, that's a word of unknown origin, and you're not sure you have all your marbles, you can acquire a ready-made heavenly hostess with the mostest, if you encounter one in the wild. A friend who cases antique stores for haunted bells sent us a snapshot of a heavenly hostess with the mostest he spotted in Manitowoc, Wisconsin. The remarkable tag on the jar says, he had come to the end of the line. It might be a day, it might be a month before he dies, but as surely as he is living, death is there. It's waiting with its horrible smile. He would not quit. He would put on a good face and he'd find a home for this jar of rare treasures. He wanted someone who would be worthy to have this jar. He did not wait till his end. Is this that jar of rare stuff? How can you tell if such a jar found in the wild will work its magic for you? It's easy. Just do as my friend did. Look at the price tag and ask yourself, is it worth it? My friend ended up leaving the heavenly hostess with the mostest for the next discoverer. Oh, Jesse has a follow-up question. What if there's no price tag? Jesse, it's like the adage says, if you have to ask, you can't afford it.